Tonight, the world holds its breath, watching events unfold with a sense of unease and anticipation. A dangerous new chapter is unfolding in the Indo-Pacific, one that could reshape the region's future. The United States and the Philippines have now deployed advanced Typhoon missile systems to strategic islands near Taiwan, a move seen as a direct challenge to China's growing influence. The air is thick with tension. Every move is magnified, every decision scrutinized. The delicate balance of power that kept this region stable for decades is now shattering before our eyes. These Typhoon launchers can strike targets hundreds of miles away, now placing southern China and vital shipping lanes within their reach. The message from Washington and Manila is clear. A line in the sand has been drawn, signaling a new era of military cooperation. But Beijing is drawing its own lines, responding with increased vigilance. The world wonders what will happen when these lines inevitably cross. Diplomatic language is growing harsher. Military commanders are on high alert, bracing for any sudden escalation. The South China Sea, long a potential flashpoint, is now glowing red-hot, with tensions at their highest in years. The U.S. frames this deployment as a defensive measure, but Beijing sees it as a provocation, an unacceptable threat right at its doorstep. This is a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess, with warships, fighter jets, and now land-based missiles all in play, raising the risk of miscalculation. A single miscalculation, a single wrong move, could be catastrophic for the entire region. The deployment is part of a broader U.S. strategy to bolster alliances, reassure partners, and counter China's rapid military rise. The Philippines, pivoting back to the U.S. after years of uncertainty, has granted access to key bases, deepening military ties. This missile deployment is the most potent sign yet of that renewed partnership, changing the security landscape overnight and sending shockwaves across the Indo-Pacific. In the northern Philippines, U.S. Marines and Filipino troops operate Typhoon missile systems with practiced efficiency, their movements precise and coordinated after months of joint preparation. The landscape is alive with the hum of military activity, a testament to the growing partnership between the two nations. This is no drill. Massive transport planes unload launchers under cover of darkness as soldiers work quickly and quietly to position heavy missile equipment. The urgency is palpable, reflecting the seriousness of the mission and the need for readiness at a moment's notice. U.S. destroyers and Philippine frigates patrol the Luzon Strait, their radar arrays constantly scanning the ocean horizon for any sign of threat. The presence of these warships sends a clear message. The alliance is vigilant and prepared to respond to any challenge. The alliance is now a living, breathing military force, with multinational units working side by side, sharing intelligence and coordinating every move to maximize their combined strength. The Typhoon system's Tomahawk and SM-6 missiles offer versatile, lethal capability, striking deep into enemy territory or defending against incoming air threats. These advanced weapons are a game-changer, giving the alliance a significant edge in both offense and defense. Sophisticated radar stations create a web of sensors across the South China Sea, providing real-time data and early warning of any hostile movement. This network is crucial for maintaining situational awareness in a region fraught with tension. Soldiers in full combat gear run seamless joint drills, the result of months of rigorous training and trust building. Their coordination and discipline are evident, showcasing the effectiveness of their partnership. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, once slow to implement, is now a formidable reality. New infrastructure and joint bases stand as proof of deepening ties and shared commitment. China's assertiveness has accelerated everything. The Philippines sees U.S. presence as essential for its security and sovereignty. Local communities watch closely, aware that these developments could shape their future. This is the most significant action under EDCA, transforming the alliance from a paper agreement into a powerful, operational force on the ground and at sea. A U.S. Marine colonel says, "We're here to defend sovereignty and uphold international law." His words echo the alliance's broader mission and the resolve of both nations. A Filipino officer adds, "This is about protecting our waters, our people, our future." The message is clear. This partnership is about more than strategy. It's about national pride and security. The camaraderie is visible, shared meals, drills, and a common sense of purpose. Bonds are forged not just in battle, but in everyday moments, building trust that will endure. This personal connection is the glue holding the alliance together, turning military cooperation into genuine friendship and mutual respect. The stakes have never been higher for this partnership. As tensions rise in the region, the alliance stands ready, united, determined, and stronger than ever before. To understand the stakes, look at the map. The missiles are on the northernmost Philippine islands, right on the edge of the Luzon Strait, a critical waterway between the South China Sea and the Pacific. By placing missiles here, the U.S. and Philippines can control this choke point, checking any Chinese naval action against Taiwan. The timing follows months of Chinese military drills simulating a blockade of Taiwan. The deployment is a countermove, complicating any invasion plans. Chinese forces, moving on Taiwan from the south, must now face a missile threat from mobile, hidden launchers. This raises the cost of aggression for Beijing. The missiles can also target China's artificial islands in the South China Sea, holding them at risk from secure positions. The Typhoon's range gives the Philippines a deterrent it never had. The logic: create a defensive perimeter that complicates China's planning on two fronts. For the Pentagon, it's integrated deterrence. For the Philippines, it's survival. The Luzon Strait is now the central chessboard in a great power confrontation. The stakes are regional security and global trade. Let's visualize the crisis unfolding in real time, as tensions simmer just beneath the surface. Taiwan sits to the north, the Philippines to the south, separated by the narrow but strategically crucial Luzon Strait, a gateway between the Pacific and the contested South China Sea. New missile batteries on Luzon and the Batanes Islands now cover the entire strait, their reach extending all the way to southern China's coast, creating a formidable barrier. Zooming out, the Typhoon's range arcs over the Spratly Islands. China's artificial bases, once thought untouchable, are now within striking distance. This forms a defensive chain stretching from Japan, through Taiwan, and anchored in the Philippines, designed to contain and deter China's growing naval ambitions. These aren't just borders, they're tripwires. Any misstep could trigger a wider conflict. U.S. naval activity has surged. A carrier strike group now operates in the Philippine Sea, ready to provide rapid air support and project power across the region. The Philippine Navy shadows aggressive Chinese Coast Guard vessels near contested waters, each encounter a test of resolve and restraint. The region is a flurry of military activity, a tense dance of deterrence, intimidation, and constant vigilance. From Beijing's perspective, this looks like encirclement, hostile bases, offensive weapons, and U.S. interference in what it calls its internal affairs, fueling a sense of siege. The Luzon Strait is a vital artery for China's trade and navy, a lifeline connecting its economy to the world. China sees this buildup as an attempt to sever that artery, threatening its economic security and strategic mobility. The map tells a story of two competing visions for Asia's future, one of containment, the other of expansion. Both sides are on a collision course, locked in a high-stakes standoff. The world is watching, holding its breath as the region teeters on the brink. China's response was immediate and furious. The foreign ministry condemned the deployment as a reckless provocation, demanding withdrawal. The PLA's southern and eastern theater commands went on high alert. State media showed warships and J-20 fighters mobilizing. Unconfirmed reports suggest China's missile forces are repositioning. The message: China is ready to respond to force with force. State media warned Philippine islands hosting missiles are now legitimate targets, a chilling threat. China is flexing military might to pressure Manila and deter the U.S. With both sides on alert, the risk of miscalculation grows. The region stands on a knife's edge. In Washington, the tone is calm, but resolute. The Pentagon says the deployment is transparent, defensive, and meant to deter aggression. The U.S. does not seek conflict, but will defend its interests and allies. Manila's message: the Philippines has every right to defend itself, and will not be dictated to by foreign powers. The alliance with the U.S. is the bedrock of its defense. Experts call this the most significant military move in the South China Sea in a decade, one that changes the strategic environment and raises risks. Both sides are now in a reactive crouch. The next days are critical for diplomacy. Taipei remains publicly quiet, but privately welcomes moves that bolster regional stability. The region's leaders project defiance, caution, and quiet relief. The consequences of this move are not yet fully understood. The world is holding its breath. The next steps could define the future of the Indo-Pacific. All eyes are on the region. For millions here, this is no distant game, it's a crisis on their doorstep. In the northern Philippines, fishing communities fear their livelihoods could vanish in a war zone. "We just want peace, but we're caught between giants," one fisherman says. Anxiety and uncertainty are already taking a toll. Global shipping may reroute, insurance costs are spiking, regional stock markets have plunged. The fragility of global supply chains is exposed. A prolonged crisis could devastate the world economy. The next 24 to 48 hours are critical. Will China escalate with more drills or economic retaliation? Will the U.S. and Philippines hold firm? Diplomats are scrambling for an off-ramp to avoid disaster. The hope deterrence leads to stability. The fear a step too far triggers catastrophe. The fate of the region and perhaps the world hangs in the balance tonight.